The NBA season is finally here, and this year promises to flip everything we thought we knew right on its head. Tonight marks the official tip-off of the 2 mil event E5 a 2 mil event E6 NBA season. And if you're anything like me, your heart's already racing with anticipation. So with the season just about to start, it's the perfect time to lock in some bold predictions for the year. MVP, scoring champion, rookie of the year, defensive monster, sixth man, coach of the year. Every major award is on the table. Forget the safe picks. We're going in deep with a mix of logic, momentum, and a sprinkle of pure basketball intuition. Let's start right at the top. The big one, most valuable player. It's hard to look past Nicola Jokic. The Serbian maestro is still right in the heart of his prime, and there's no sign of that slowing down. What he's done over the last few seasons is borderline historic, and he continues to put up video game numbers on a nightly basis. Triple-doubles that used to make headlines are just Tuesday night for this guy. With the Nuggets expected to be right back in the mix as one of the top teams in the West, Jokic will have both the stats and the team success to make a strong case. And sure, last year he came up just short against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who took home the MVP after an insane campaign. But this time around, Jokic looks poised to reclaim that throne. His consistency, efficiency, and complete control of the game put him in a league of his own. The chemistry in Denver is still strong, and if he stays healthy, Jokic might just run away with it. Now, when it comes to who's going to lead the league in scoring, all eyes should be on Luka Doncic. The Maverick star is set up for a massive year. With LeBron James projected to miss a good chunk of time early on, and other stars juggling injuries or team changes, Luka has a clear runway to dominate offensively. And dominate he will. He's going to have the ball in his hands constantly, and if you know Luka, you know that means buckets on buckets. His scoring ability, mixed with his creativity and sheer volume of touches, is going to push him to the top of the charts. And even though the efficiency might not always be pretty, he'll chuck up his fair share of heat checks. He's going to be the engine of that Dallas offense. Whether it's 35, maybe even flirting with 40 on some nights, Luka's numbers are about to be outrageous. It wouldn't even be shocking if he makes a real MVP push himself. But for now, pencil him in as the scoring champ. Shifting gears to the other side of the ball, let's talk about the guy who could dominate defensively like we haven't seen in years, Victor Wembanyama. Yes, the hype has been sky high since he entered the league, but this might be the year he truly cashes in on that potential. He was already putting up ridiculous block numbers last year, hovering around 4 per game for a long stretch. And that was just him getting his feet wet in the league. This season, he's going to unleash chaos in the paint. His length, timing, and instincts are simply unnatural. Wemby could not only lead the league in blocks, but do it in a way that redefines how teams have to game plan on offense. And yeah, there are other names in the mix, Rudy Gobert, maybe even Karl Anthony Towns if he locks in, but Wemby has that game-changing presence. He's already got a full highlight reel, and he's just scratching the surface. This could be his breakout defensive year. And here's the thing, I wasn't always on the Wemby train. When he first came into the league, I had questions. What made him different from other tall, versatile shooters like Bol Bol? But game after game, he's showing us exactly why the hype was justified. This season feels like the one where Wemby puts all the doubts to rest and makes people say, oh yeah, this guy could run the league one day. Expect him to finish top 5 in MVP voting and walk away with the Defensive Player of the Year trophy in convincing fashion. Now for Rookie of the Year, we're looking at Cooper Flagg. This dude is walking into a unique situation. Unlike most number 1 picks, who usually land on rebuilding squads with zero structure, Flagg gets to start his career surrounded by legit NBA talent. He's got Kyrie Irving, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Davis on the same roster, offering guidance and taking pressure off. That's a massive advantage. He doesn't have to be the savior. He just needs to play his role, and he's going to play it well. He's not just a scorer. He can rebound, pass, and defend. The only question mark is the outside shot. In Summer League and preseason, it wasn't falling consistently, and that deeper NBA three-point line might be a challenge at first. But even if he hovers around 32% from deep, his all-around game should be enough to grab Rookie of the Year honors. He'll be doing the little things that don't always make headlines, but win games. Still, this rookie class has a few other intriguing names who might make a push, so Flagg's going to have to stay consistent. Let's get to one of the more fun awards, Clutch Player of the Year. And honestly, this one feels tailor-made for Luka Doncic. He's had some truly jaw-dropping moments in tight games throughout his career, and this season will give him plenty of opportunities to add to that highlight reel. The Mavericks are going to be in a lot of close games, not because they're bad, but because they're just that type of team. They can beat anyone and lose to anyone, depending on the night. That puts Luka in position to take over late in games, and he has the killer instinct to do it. Whether it's a step-back three with the clock winding down, a crafty finish in traffic, or a ridiculous assist to a corner shooter, Luka thrives in the chaos. Sure, Steph Curry, Jokic, and Shai will be right there in the mix too, but Luka's volume of late-game moments might just give him the edge. Sixth Man of the Year? That's where things get really interesting. Jonathan Kuminga is my pick, but there's a bit of a wild card here. Depending on how the Warriors handle injuries and rotations, Kuminga could end up starting too many games to qualify. But if he stays in that sixth-man role for the majority of the year, watch out. He's shown flashes of brilliance before, but this preseason felt different. He looks more focused, more efficient, more confident. If he can average anywhere from 18 to 20 points per game off the bench while also contributing on the defensive end, he's going to have a serious case. That kind of production, on a team that's expected to be in the playoff hunt, would be hard to ignore. The only hesitation is his track record. He's shown glimpses, but not sustained consistency. This is the year he has to put it all together. And if he does, it's not just an award. It's a career changer. Kuminga taking home sixth man would not only elevate his profile around the league, but could also give the Warriors a whole new gear as they try to make one last deep playoff push with their core. Of course, other contenders will emerge as the season rolls on, but Kuminga feels like the guy with the highest ceiling if things fall into place. He's got the athleticism, the motor, and now it looks like he has the mindset too. Now let's talk about the most improved player, and this one goes to Benedict Mathurin. With the Pacers dealing with injuries, Tyrese Halliburton banged up, Miles Turner gone, and roster spots wide open, Mathurin has the chance to explode. He's always had scoring ability, but this season might be when it all clicks. In the preseason, he dropped 30 points while hitting all 5 of his three-pointers in just 20 minutes. That's not just a hot streak. That's a sign of a player leveling up. With more touches and a bigger role, Mathurin could be in for a major leap. He's got the scoring instincts, and now he's learning how to impact the game in other ways too. Most improved often goes to the guy who seizes the moment and runs with it, and Mathurin is in the perfect spot to do exactly that. The way he's trending, it wouldn't even be a surprise if he becomes an all-star in the next couple of years. And that journey might officially begin this season. With so many injuries and uncertainties around him, he's going to have the green light and all the motivation in the world to take his game to the next level. Finally, let's hit the Coach of the Year prediction. This one might raise some eyebrows, but I'm rolling with David Adelman from the Denver Nuggets. Taking over as head coach and leading the team to the top seed in the West would be a massive accomplishment in his first full season at the helm. Voters love that kind of narrative: new coach, team success, smooth transition from assistant to head guy. It's all there. Adelman has the benefit of continuity. He's been part of the system, the players know him, and he knows what makes this team click. Now, of course, there are other names worth watching. Mark Daigneault in Oklahoma City, Kenny Atkinson in Cleveland, Mike Brown in New York, and even Steve Kerr if Golden State makes a serious run. All of them will be in the mix. But if the Nuggets dominate like many expect, and Adelman proves he can manage the egos, the schemes, and the pressure, he's going to get a ton of credit. He won't just be seen as a fill-in or a guy riding the coattails of a talented roster. He'll earn that recognition, and Coach of the Year could very well be his. And as the lights get brighter and the pressure starts to mount, there's one name that keeps bubbling up in conversations around the league: Stephen Curry. Now, Steph isn't the favorite to win MVP this year, but write him off at your own risk. Because while some might think his best years are behind him, there's a strong feeling that this season could be one of those signature Steph runs. The kind that reminds everyone just how lethal he still is. He's healthy, he's motivated, and with all the talk around younger stars taking over the league, don't be surprised if the two-time MVP decides to crash the party and make a statement. If the Warriors stay competitive, if they climb high enough in the Western Conference standings, Steph is absolutely going to be in that MVP conversation. He won't need to lead the league in scoring to get there. All he needs is to keep doing what he does best: hit daggers from 35 feet, break defenses apart with off-ball movement, and make it look like magic. And if he adds a couple of iconic performances on national TV, that top 3 MVP finish starts to feel very real. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture for the Warriors. This might be one of the most pivotal seasons in recent franchise history. The dynasty isn't dead, but it's on the edge. There's urgency now. Every game feels like it matters a little more. The core of Steph, Klay, and Draymond knows the window is narrowing. So there's no room for a slow start, no time for chemistry experiments or figuring things out by the All-Star break. It has to click right away. And that's where the role players come in. Guys like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and even Andrew Wiggins will have to shoulder more responsibility. The good news? The preseason showed a team that looks locked in. Kuminga especially looked like a man on a mission. If he truly becomes that high-impact player off the bench, or even in a hybrid starter role, he could change the trajectory of the team. But this season isn't just about the Warriors. Around the league, the balance of power feels more unpredictable than ever. The East is loaded with top-heavy contenders, while the West feels like a battlefield from 1 through 10. Oklahoma City is on the rise, and with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the charge, they're not just trying to be competitive, they're looking to make a real playoff push. Then there's Denver, still dangerous with Jokic at the helm, and now with David Adelman getting a shot to lead as a head coach. There's a different kind of energy brewing there. If they stay healthy, the Nuggets are going to be a nightmare to deal with. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Whispers are growing louder in Golden State, as old tensions seem to be resurfacing. Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, two of the most iconic figures in Warriors history, are reportedly clashing again, stirring a storm that could shake the locker room. Insiders suggest that what was once a well-oiled partnership has hit a rough patch, and the chemistry that led to multiple championships might be under threat. Sources close to the team claim that the disagreements are not just about basketball decisions on the court, but also about leadership and influence. Curry, long celebrated for his unmatched scoring ability and calm demeanor, is said to be asserting his vision for the team's direction, while Green, never shy about voicing his opinions, is pushing back with his own expectations. The result? Heated exchanges during practices and moments of tension in team meetings that have left teammates walking a fine line between loyalty and caution. Fans and analysts are buzzing. Could this be the spark that disrupts the Warriors' rhythm? Or is it just another chapter in the complex relationship between two strong personalities? Historically, clashes between Curry and Green have fueled their competitive edge, pushing the team to excel in high-pressure situations. Yet, this time, whispers suggest the friction might be deeper, fueled by personal egos as much as professional disagreements. Even within the organization, there are murmurs of concern. Some staff members reportedly fear that the visible tension could affect team morale if not handled carefully. Others, however, see it as a familiar dynamic that has always been part of the Warriors' identity, a fiery push and pull that forces greatness. For now, both stars have remained publicly composed, smiling for cameras and speaking in the usual platitudes. But insiders hint that the real story is unfolding behind closed doors. As the season continues, all eyes will be on how Curry and Green navigate this renewed rivalry. Will they find common ground and harness the tension for the team's benefit? Or could this be the beginning of a more serious fracture? The Warriors faithful are holding their breath, knowing that in the world of professional sports, ego clashes can ignite both spectacular triumphs and dramatic setbacks. Whatever happens, one thing is certain. The saga of Curry versus Green is far from over, and the league is watching. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.